Grim Dawn crossbow builds, yeah.
Greetings, ladies and germs. Welcome to Grim Dawn Crossbow Builds, where that's all we talk about. Our fine hero today is an Elementalist, which is the combination of a Demolitionist and a Shaman. He is using the mythical Sparkbolt Arbalest for Lightning Fire Strike, Primal Strike, and Mortar Trap. We have the Wind Devil Pet for resistance reduction, Thermite Mines also for that purpose, Fire Strike on left click, Primal Strike on right click, and Lightning Converted Mortars. Let's look at our skills. Mainly we're a Demolitionist focused on Mortar Trap and Fire Strike. The base Fire Strike skill is sitting a bit above the soft cap and triggers the Hand of Altos. Since a lot of our firepower is in the trap, we have just 1 point in each of the modifiers, with Explosive Strike at 4 points, Static Strike at 11, and Brimstone also at 4. We are taking advantage of the Transmuter, which gives us bonus damage for using a two-handed weapon. Our other main skill is Mortar Trap, which is just about at the hard cap. This attacks independently and automatically targets enemies once it's laid down. It is helpful to direct its damage with the pet attack command. Heavy Ordnance is also close to the hard cap and buffs lightning damage, and the big one is a little bit above the soft cap, loading a bigger shell periodically. Our last active Demolitionist skill is Thermite Mine for the resistance reduction. Our first passive skill is Blast Shield, which every Demolitionist should take. If you get into the rhythm of it, you can ride out some attacks that would otherwise certainly kill you. This is sitting at the soft cap. Our main aura is Flame Touched, scaling our lightning damage, giving OA, and giving flat fire damage, which is converted to lightning. Its modifier, Temper, gives us flat physical damage, also converted to lightning and DA. Our other aura, Vindictive Flame, we're mainly using for the health regen and total speed buff, and Alzuin's Wrath gives a little crowd control. On the Shaman side, our active skill is Primal Strike, although our investment is minimal, just 1 point in each node. The main benefits to our character are Raging Tempest on the Wind Devil Pets for elemental resistance reduction, and the Stormcaller's Pact aura for lightning and crit damage. Wayward Soul is bound here. We've got 1 point in each of the two-handed weapon bonuses, Brute Force, Feral Hunger, which activates the Arcane Bomb, and Upheaval, which activates Reckless Tempest. Customarily, I would put more points into Brute Force, but as I mentioned, most of our skill points are tied up in the Mortar Trap. Lastly, we've got some points in the Mogdrogan's Pact line. The base skill gives us flat physical damage converted to lightning and health regen. It also activates the Giant's Blood proc. Heart of the Wild scales our health and regen, and reduces poison and bleeding duration, and Oak Skin offers DA, armor, and resistances. I'm going to skip over our devotions here because I wound up using the exact same constellation map that I used for my Vindicator in episode 14. Please check out the devotion map in that video if you'd like a walkthrough. Let's take a look at our items. I named this character Elemosinary, meaning of or related to charity, because the crossbow we're using is a little bit pathetic. The mythical Sparkbolt Arbalest has a low base damage and not much identity in terms of supported skills. The +2 to static strike suggests using the Demolitionist's Fire Strike, which we are doing, but it has no fire to lightning conversion and only half physical to lightning. There is an actual weapon for ranged lightning fire strike, which is the mythical Exonerator. If you're not attached to using crossbows, which I'm guessing you aren't, you might consider using this instead. But anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. The low base damage on this weapon is somewhat compensated for by a pile of electrocute damage, and 24% attack speed is quite decent. Using a two-hander also gives us a total damage boost to Fire Strike and allows us to mix in some Primal Strike. But we still need fire to lightning conversion, and because our weapon doesn't give it to us, we're going to go the global conversion route. This conversion is found on our chest armor, amulet, and helm. This helm, the craftable mythical Dread Mask of Gurgoth, also gives full lightning conversion for Mortar Trap, which plays pretty well with Fire Strike. The flat damage added to Mortar Trap also makes the skill much more effective. Our amulet is the mythical Stormseer Sapphire, which is also craftable. In addition to fire to lightning conversion, it has a little bit of physical to lightning, and buffs Raging Tempest and Static Strike. Our chest armor is the mythical Dawnshod Hauberk. This more or less completes our fire to lightning conversion, as well as giving us flat lightning damage, a lot of flat health, and buffs to Primal Strike and Temper. Ring number 1 is Agalis's Ring, great for any Elementalist. Harmonious is a good defensive prefix, and of Alacrity boosts our attack speed. Ring number 2 is the mythical Signet of Astral Ruminations. This also raises our attack speed and buffs Static Strike and Primal Strike. Our shoulder piece is the mythical Divine Steel Shoulder Guard. This boosts our lightning damage, blast shield, and Mogdrogan's Pact. If you can't find this, the Bismiel faction Storm Shroud Mantle would also work nicely, buffing Heavy Ordnance and Maelstrom. For gloves, we have the crafted Plague Guard grips. Mage Storm buffs our lightning damage, and of Alacrity raises our attack speed. Our boots are the Storm Step Foot Guards. These are a random drop which buff Primal Strike and Heavy Ordnance. They also offer some much needed freeze resistance. In the metal slot, we have the craftable Mythical Mark of Calamitous Desires. This adds more flat damage to Mortar Trap, which helps it keep up in the endgame. Our belt is the Malmoth Arcane Girdle. This is craftable from a Malmoth resistance blueprint, and it just so happens to have the resistances that we need. Feel free to substitute something else here. Our relic is Eye of the Storm, buffing our attack speed and giving us a juicy lightning damage aura. For pants, we have the mythical Stormcage Leggards. These are a random drop which buff Maelstrom, Heavy Ordnance, and Raging Tempest. And now for some tips on leveling. Fire Strike favors pistols in the early game, so you'll probably be dual-wielding pistols or using a pistol in offhand. Francis's gun, which comes from a corpse in Lower Crossing, is a good place to start. You're likely to be focusing on fire damage during the leveling process. Later on, you can craft a hand mortar at the blacksmith, which gives +2 to Fire Strike. You may want to craft a Marauder's Talisman relic so that you can dual-wield pistols. Another option would be to use the offhand Turnox's Arcane Tome. This is an MI from the Malmoth Outskirts, which buffs Mortar Trap and reduces its cooldown. I should mention also that in Fangs of Asterkarn we're going to have a one-handed fire damage crossbow. If you're watching this after the expansion comes out, you might want to use that for leveling. Your best leveling helm will likely be the Incendiary Casque from Cronley's Gang, which adds a bunch of damage to Fire Strike, and the Incendiary shoulder plates can be pretty good as well. I would side with Kaiman's Chosen on this character so you can use their faction gear. The Chosen vestments, mantle, and cord are all pretty good here. Their jewelry is also nice for this character and becomes available at level 40. Keep an eye out for any rare rings with the suffix of destruction which buffs Fire Strike, and your leveling medal will probably be the Martin's Crest for Thermite Mine. This comes from Moneybags Martin in Cronley's hideout. You can craft yourself some boots and gloves at the blacksmith, and lastly, you can use whatever rare or epic pants look good. I was using the Swamp Dweller's Leggards. You probably want to focus more on the Demolitionist than the Shaman's side starting out. The Shaman mastery is not that important until we have fire to lightning conversion, so it's mostly an endgame thing. And there you have it. Time for an SR run.